And in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. Get it? It's a lyric. Speaking of reading words, which I never do, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can watch our audiophile videos and reviews. Turn on the captions and it's like reading the lyrics to your favorite song, just more boring, but handsome. Meze Audio has been wanting to do a portable planar magnetic headphone for a while now. And with the success of both the Empyrean and the new Elite, what better time than the present? It's no surprise that I'm a big fan of Meze Audio because they consistently deliver top quality, superb sounding headphones. Even their entry-level 99 Classics is a popular daily driver here at the office. Drew did a quick first impression video of the Liric headphone last week, so if you want his quick take, be sure to check out his thoughts. But here's where we'll be getting into some of the more in-depth aspects about the new closed-back headphone from Meze Audio. First things first, comfort. Meze Audio has some of the best comfort ratings of any high-quality headphones on the market. It's easy to spot why. The headrest is wide, similar to their pressure distribution wings on the Empyrean and the Elite. This wider headrest eliminates pressure points and evenly distributes the weight of the headphone across the head. The Liric ups the ante here because they have an included breathable mesh padding underneath the headrest, allowing for airflow and further cushioning. The original pressure distribution wings are great, but I found that they could get a little warm during longer listening sessions because the leather was just covering your head, restricting airflow to the top of your head. This was rarely an issue though, just in warm settings or rooms. The adjustment mechanism of the headphone remains the same as the Elite and Empyrean, with a fully rotating ear cup design that easily fits various head sizes. Another thing I appreciated that was improved on for the Liric is the clamping force. There's a little more resistance, which should create a better seal as well. The Elite and Empyrean design never quite gave me that snug fit. Don't get me wrong, they are incredibly comfortable headphones, but they're also not made to be portable either. The Liric fixes all this with small but substantial improvements, making this the most comfortable Meze Audio headphone to date. Dare I say ever? I don't know. It's just super. The bronze accent on the stem here is one of the few colored accents against the matte black of the rest of the headphone. And it's by far one of the nicest looking headphones I've had the pleasure of reviewing. The bronze colored stem protruding from the ear cup is aluminum, while the The bronze-colored stem protruding from the ear cup is aluminum, while the black metal on the hinge, the outer ear cup ring, and the headband brace is made from magnesium. Magnesium is also great for shock resistance and preventing oxidation. The magnesium part of the ear cup is mirrored by a plastic section that holds the driver. You can see the dividing line of these two materials intersecting the headphone cable jacks. The outside of the ear cup is a soft touch leather that blends in well with the texture of the entire cup and pad design. The most impressive thing about this design as a whole is how Meze achieves such a uniform looking and cohesively textured headphone while using all of these different materials. Each ear cup has a small bronze colored vent which is for pressure equalization inside the ear cup. It might look familiar to you Meze fans out there because the Penta IEM also used the same design. An air vent hole can make a world of difference to the tuning of the headphone and how you perceive space inside the headphone. Better and more controlled airflow can not only reduce pressure inside the chamber of the ear cup, but also add transparency and openness to the sound. Let's get to sound quality. Before you start enjoying the headphones, we recommend burning them in. Lots of new headphones benefit greatly from burn-in time, allowing the headphone to open up and come to life. Think of it like breaking in a pair of new shoes. At first they can be stiff and uncomfortable, but after wearing them in a bit, they're exactly what you want. We spent a few days getting the Liric to a place we were happy with, so don't be afraid if they aren't quite what you were expecting right out of the box. I suspect, however, that 9 out of 10 people won't have an issue with their sound if you're a fan of Meze audio to begin with. Speaking of that Meze audio sound, it'll be interesting to hear that the Liric follows more closely to the tuning of the Elite rather than the Empyrean. The Empyrean is a very warm sounding open back headphone, and with the Elite, Meze wanted to add more detail and clarity that people were missing in the Empyrean. No, it's not like the Empyrean or Elite, but it shouldn't be. The energy of the song is retained in a way that those headphones can't, and that's the beauty that I love about closed back planars. That soundstage is nice for a pair of closed back, aided by what Meze Audio calls Phase X, which they newly implement on the MZ4 driver. It basically helps with transients and imaging, taking the listener closer to the ambiance and environments of the original source recording. When A/B testing with other closed-back planar magnetic headphones, there is a definite improvement in imaging and overall clarity, but how much is noticeable varies by the song source and a plethora of other factors. Overall, I find the Liric to be neutral sounding, warm leaning. Fast and tight bass response, clear and detailed mids and highs, soundstage is close, but feels wider with the implementation of Phase X and the great isodynamic hybrid array driver. Imaging and transients are phenomenal. It's great for rock, folk, classical, jazz, alternative, synthwave, classic rock, blues, and more. Let's talk a bit about the MZ4 driver of the Liric. Like the Elite and the Empyrean, Meze teamed up with Renaro Isodynamics in Ukraine to develop the Isodynamic Hybrid Array Driver. This is a special driver that is unique to Meze in that it features a dual driver design. The dual-shaped voice coil on the driver consists of a switchback voice coil on the top, which is great at reproducing lower frequencies. Under that, they've implemented a spiral voice coil, which is great at reproducing clear mids and highs, and is purposefully aimed towards your ear canal, unlike other drivers that can be pointed off axis to the side of your head, creating more issues with transients. The dual driver system of the Liric has some outstanding imaging and dynamic range, offering really great response across the spectrum. The MZ4 driver in the Liric is also scaled down compared to the size of the Elite and Empyrean drivers, creating an easier to drive headphone. I didn't have a problem driving it with the multitude of setups I auditioned them on. You can read more about my testing setup, further sound impressions, and comparison with the Elite and Empyrean in my full review, which we'll link to below. We would definitely recommend the Black Dragon cable to pair with the Meze Liric. Despite its detailed low end, the warmer signature of the Black Dragon cable brings more body to the sound, providing a full and rich presentation. The Silver Dragon adds a little too much sizzle on the top end for my liking. In Drew's first impressions video, he left the question open about how does the Liric compare to his other Comfort King and best bang for the buck headphone, the Fostex TH900 MK2. The fit of the headband of the Fostex is a little looser on the head and is a little larger than the Liric, so it does not make for a good portable headphone unless you're at a Starbucks, for example, sitting still. That is where the Liric comes in. It has a better snug fit on your head, which is not a fatiguing clamp type feel. Meze has always done a remarkable job with the mechanical engineering of their headphones. They're all very comfortable, which can be a rare thing with headphones too. While the frequency response of the Fostex TH900 MK2 may not perfectly represent this, Drew finds the Fostex extremely linear from top to bottom. It is a very well-balanced headphone, which is why we recommend it to lots of mastering studios as a tool in their wheelhouse for checking recordings. The Liric is more colored, but in a good way, but not as linear as the Fostex. The very interesting thing about the hybrid magnet array on the ISO planar diaphragm of the Meze headphone is that it truly gives you the feel of a dual driver implementation. In the Lyric's case, the bottom frequencies are on the warm side and the high frequencies are prominent and well defined. With regular magnet arrays or with dynamic drivers, the coloration is consistent all the way through the frequency band. This is a very unique sound. Because of the bottom end warmth, Drew also considers this on the warm side of neutral. The Lyrics have a more immediate sound. The instruments are right there. There is more of a blended mix, whereas with the Fostex, the depth of sound is a little larger and cohesive. Interestingly enough, both headphones have an equal sensitivity of 100 dB, but the TH900 MK2 has a lower impedance of 25 ohm versus 30 ohms on the Lyric, thus giving you a little more gain. Obviously, neither are hard to drive, but if using a dongle DAC, the Fostex will be easier to drive and provide more clicks at the volume control. Like we always say, a planar dynamic driver excels the more power you can throw at it. That does not mean you have to have a powerful device to use it, but we would recommend in the case of where you have both balanced and unbalanced options, let's say on your Estelle and Kern player, you always should utilize the balanced port with this headphone. So we had a couple questions from Drew's first impressions video about some headphone comparisons to the Lyric. So we're just gonna quickly kind of spit them off?
Yeah, sure.
Spout them off.
Yeah.
Go for it, Ross. What's the first one?
Ether 2.
Okay, Ether 2 to the Lyrics. So the Ether 2s are gonna be more, they're a very warm sounding headphone. They're one of the warmest sounding headphones we sell here at Moon Audio. So if you're a bass head, like EDM, rap, those kind of bass heavy genres, then the Ether 2 is probably gonna be your pick between the two.
What about the LCD XC?
LCD XC. So Odyssey, like the LCD series headphones are huge. Okay, so they're gonna be incredibly massive. So if you're wanting a portable headphone, the Lyric is gonna be your one. The SCs or XCs are a little more forward sounding than the Lyric. So if you like a little more analytical sound or more detail, those are probably gonna be your best pick over the Lyric.
And lastly, the Sony Z1R.
Sony. So Sony is, they're very fun sounding headphones. They have a V-shaped sound signature. So they're gonna be really good for if you want a little more bass out of your music, they'll provide a little more of that than the Lyrics. They're also large like the Odyssey, so they're not a good portable option. So if you want portable, go with the Lyric. But all in all, those are all good headphones, but I wouldn't say they're portable headphones. Each offer a little different, but I think if we're coming down to portability or home use, if you want portable, go the Lyric. If you want something a little more darker for home use, go with the Ether 2s or the Sonys. And then if you want something a little more on the forward side than the Lyrics, go with the XCs. Even though this comparison falls short, the best way for me to describe it is as such. The Lyric is to the Elite or Empyrean as the Stellia is to the Utopia. If you get it, you get it. The Lyric is Meze Audio's answer to the question of what you get when you put the amazing isodynamic hybrid array behind closed doors, or ear cups. The Lyric takes everything you love about the Meze sound, shrinks it, and makes it a more efficient headphone that you can take with you. They even improved the design because this is one of the best looking and most comfortable headphones in my opinion. You'll find much more details and info in the full review, so be sure to click the link included with this video. Also be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our latest videos each and every week. If you have any questions about the Lyric, Meze Audio, or anything hi-fi, be sure to leave a comment. And as always, thanks for watching.